There are 5 steps to buy your first small multifamily apartment deal, and I just got done doing a team training inside of our mentorship program, teaching them the 5 steps to close your first multifamily deal. And I'm gonna give this training to you for absolutely free. Well, I'm gonna give you the first part of the training. Second part of the training, we did full underwriting. We started breaking down a lot of deals. So I'll give you the first part of the training. If you enjoy this, dude, hit the thumbs up, drop a comment. I want you to get this information because I want you to get in this game. But if you also review this, you're like, dude, I would love to be on these calls. I would love to have coaching. I would love to have mentorship. I'll invite you to learn more about our coaching program and our mentorship program. Click the link in the description. You can see if it's a good fit for you, fill it out, and we can have a conversation. With that being said, let's get to the training. This is the order. Write this down. Take a screenshot of this. This is how it works. Because I see you guys and you're learning, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to get you over the hump. But you guys kind of get confused on this. So please write this down. Take a screenshot of this, okay? Number one thing you need is you need a deal. It all starts with a deal. You don't worry about anything else. You don't worry about what interest rate. You don't worry about where's my capital coming from. You don't worry about, am I going to be able to raise the rents or the 10th? You don't worry about anything until you get a deal. You need a deal first. And 99% of our people in our group right now don't have a deal. We're putting deals out there. And if you're in a different market, you should be finding deals, but everything starts with a deal. Okay. So you need a deal first. Then you need a blueprint. You need to be able to underwrite and create a business plan on a deal. And I'm going to show you what underwriting is. You get a deal, you do underwriting, you put together a blueprint. Okay. Then you go get debt, you get financing. Real estate is not a game. It's not a business you buy with 100% money. That's the beautiful part about real estate. You don't buy a deal with all the money. We just closed on 120 units. That was $15 million. Myself and a partner bought that deal, $15 million. We put down 25%. The government, Fannie Mae, gave me 75% at 5.4 interest, 5.4% interest. I'm taking that money all day long. That's the beautiful thing of real estate. You get to leverage other people's money, the bank's money, government's money, the credit union's money, insurance company's money, whatever. But you get 100% of the upside. They just get 5.4% interest. That's all they get. It's freaking beautiful. Then you get the equity. So please understand this. Deal, blueprint, business plan, underwriting, because if it's not a good deal, then you stop right there. First, you get a deal, then you underwrite the deal. If it's good, you go get debt. And if it's good, banks and credit unions and government will fight to give you money. You know it's a good deal when they are fighting to give you money, when they are getting aggressive to give you money, when multiple lenders are trying to give you money. Then you get the equity. Then you worry about the equity. Then you say, we're like, okay, I need 200 grand. I've got 50. I need 3 people to give me 50K. But I've got a deal. I've got a blueprint. I've got equity, or I've got debt. Like, do we all agree? If you had a 7-unit apartment under contract and you're like, hey, it takes me $132,000 down to buy this deal. Year 1, we're going to get a $200,000 tax write-off. Myself and partners, 2-3 people will share. The rents are $700. They're going to go to $1,100. A year later, I believe this building will be worth about $1 million. We'll do a cash out refinance. We'll get $250,000 back, pay all of ourselves back, and we'll hold the deal long-term cash flowing, tax-free, no money in the deal. Anyone here think they would have a hard time getting $132,000 if you had that deal under contract? Do you guys think you could get a couple people to give you 50 grand, 25 grand, 75 grand, whatever you needed to do that deal if you had that deal? That was my first deal. That was real world my first deal. Deal, Blueprint, debt. I got multiple banks and credit unions wanting to give me debt on that deal, then equity. But you guys have to get deals. So when we are sending out deals, when we are posting deals, you need to be underwriting every single deal and looking at every single deal. Because where I see a lot of you guys like limiting yourselves is being like, well, this might be a little bit outside my price point. This might be a little bit outside where I can do, which I get. There's not there, dude, I did all my first deals on my own. I didn't take a partner until I bought 100 units, right? But if you're trying to do this and build a business, why not do a deal, run that play, pay everyone back, and then go do a deal on your own? There's nothing wrong with bringing in outside people, but you have to follow that process. Deal, blueprint, and then debt. If you had all those three things, you could, I'm telling you guys, as long as you know how to talk, if you can't talk well, then I don't know, you're kind of in trouble, but maybe partner with someone who can speak well, right? Because you just have to be able to sell the deal and you and your story. There's what do you guys think? What's harder to find? A great deal that can do everything I just said, or money? What do you guys think is harder? So somebody unmute because I can't just talk to myself.
Deal. It's harder
Thank
to
you.
find a deal. You can find money.
Yeah, money, dude, money's fucking not even real. Like we print it. It's all bullshit. Like I don't have any money out of my wallet. But pull out $100 bill. It says in God we trust. Man, God ain't got nothing to do with that piece of paper in your pocket, right? It's not real. It's a figment of your imagination. It's backed by nothing. You want to get rid of cash, you want to turn it into a real hard tangible asset that cash flows, produces tax benefits and will grow long term, right? That's why the stock market never made sense to me. Yeah, I see what I got in that account, but that shit ain't real, right? It's just numbers on a screen. That's why I like real estate. But you got like, I want to push everybody here to treat this like a multi-million dollar business because that's what it is. If you knew you could just buy a multi-million dollar business, you don't have to create it. You don't have to do, sorry, my screen's dinging here. Put it on do not disturb. You don't have to do any work. You literally just have to take it over. Dude, this is the greatest business on the face of the earth. So you guys need to be proficient at underwriting deals, analyzing deals, and I'm promising you have no shortage. If you had unlimited capital, you could do any amount of deals you wanted. You're only limited by the amount of capital you have in the deal flow. So keep that in mind. And I hope that's really hitting home here with what we're talking about. All right, so back to here. So for those of you who are looking in, other markets, obviously we provide deal flow here in Metro Detroit, but you go on LoopNet, man. You go on LoopNet to meet brokers. If people don't know you, they cannot flow you. Okay. So you go on LoopNet and you see who is listing deals, and then you call those brokers. Now, when you call those brokers, you're looking to build relationships. You're looking to build a pipeline. This is how I got all my early deals, right? I went on LoopNet. I didn't buy what was on LoopNet because generally what's on LoopNet is just kind of like, I don't want to say like the leftover scraps, but in a sense, it's somewhat a bit of the leftover scraps. You can still find deals on there, but it's things that have been passed through, that have been, gone through the channels. You go on LoopNet and you find the brokers listing deals, you call them, you get on their email list, you build a relationship. When they send out deals, you reply back to them and you tell them what you're looking for. You got to be specific. Like, dude, if you say, send me a deal, I guarantee you're going to get ignored because you're not specific. Like we ignore all the people who contact us and like, yeah. Well, I want to work with you guys. Just send me some deals. No, because you don't even know what you want. If you don't know what you want, we can't help you, right? Success loves clarity. Success loves specificity. Success loves like knowing what the hell you're looking for. So tell them I've got 300 grand. I'm looking to buy $1 million deal. It needs to be this age, this type of value add. I need this type of rent growth. Be specific. If you're looking at the deals we're sending, be specific. Tell us. We can't help you if you don't tell us. We'll just start throwing a bunch of stuff in front of you, and you'll be like, this isn't what I'm looking for. Well, you didn't tell us. You got to know your buy. So know your buy box. So like your homework walking away from this, what is your buy box? What are you looking for? And you should not be limiting yourself just based on the amount of money you have. Because like I said, if you find a screamer of a deal and you need 500 grand, but you could prove to people that they're going to make money with their money, you'll get 500 grand. But you got to be specific. So if you don't have your buy box, you don't know. I had someone text me today, broker text me. I got, what did he say? I don't even remember. Because I just told him not for me, bro. We're okay. Blah, blah, blah. I have a portfolio in mid Michigan with $7.5 million assumable debt, 100 units. Nope, not for me. Thank you, but not for me. Why? Because I don't buy in mid Michigan. So two things. Number one, are those brokers texting you? If not, people don't know you. You got to get in front of more people. If you want deals, you got to get in front of people. You got to do these things I'm telling you about. Number two, you got to be that fast and specific with them. They respect that. I'm quick, I'm fast, I'm decisive. I'm not like, well, what kind of paint is it? Like, what kind of insurance? Like, no, I'm like, dude, I don't buy there. Thank you. Keep me posted. And when they do send me something I like the 120 units, I buy it and I close it and I move fast. That's how you guys want to be. Any questions with that? Create your buy box. Be specific. Jack of all trades is the master of none. You can't just be like, send me a deal. Give me a deal. I'm looking for a deal. Questions with that?
Hey, Tony, can you hear me?
Yes. Who am I talking to, though?
This is Ryan. Sorry, I had to join with my phone, but got my laptop open. I'm having some audio issues, so I'm on my phone.
Oh, no, you're good.
So, would you say that your first deal is your hardest deal?
1,000%.
Okay.
Yes.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. I know that I've got to get my first deal, got to get it going, got to get proven in my abilities and prove it to myself. And that's where I'm at. And that's why I'm pushing so hard for us to look at this one deal. And, I'm tired of looking. I'm tired of analyzing. I'm ready to act. And that's why I did your program, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, dude, 1,000%. So see, like what Walter did that all you guys need to do, he bought a deal. So now it's demystified for him, right? He did it. He ascended, right? He's like, okay, scary, nerve-wracking, a lot of hoops, but dude, done. Now the law of the, like, it's called the law of the second deal. The second deal happens so much faster, so much easier, so much smoother. That first deal is the hardest. That's what most people just never get to, is they never buy that first deal. Like that's where Jamie's about to get to. Then people want to be part of what you're doing. More deals come to you. Outside money comes to you. It does get easier and easier. So you got yes.
And I told my wife, I said, get ready because things are getting ready to move fast.
Yeah.
Like once the deal starts getting closer to closing, you can feel it. You can feel it, and it's going to happen quickly, and it's going to be some major changes. And as me and you talking before I joined the thing, it's me and my wife. Like we're in this together, and we do things together. And so I told her, said, hey, buckle up, it's getting ready to happen.
Yep, 100%. I want to go over this, and then we're going to get to the deals. Always remember, because I want to teach you guys, there's in-place value, and then there's future value. So it's very hard to buy a deal what it's worth today. And this is where I see a lot of you guys getting tripped up. You're like, but hey, I underwrote the deal. It's only worth $1 million. The seller wants 1.3. No, I know. I get it. I've never bought a deal on what it's worth today. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. There's like that finite value of real estate, right? It's worth so much because there's only so much of it, right? Like, so understand that. You got to understand like what it's worth today, where it can be worth, what are you willing to pay for it? It's very, very rare to find a deal where they're selling it for what the NOI actually is today. I've never bought a deal on what it's worth today. Like that first deal, the NOI was $30,000 and it was a 6% cap rate. So that was worth $500,000. I paid $660,000 for it. I totally overpaid to do the deal. A year later, it appraised for $1 million. Did I overpay? No. I made a great fucking investment, right? So understand that. And for that deal, remember I told you it was $660,000 and I put $132,000 down. So what did I pay? How much did I pay for that deal? Someone tell me. Someone unmute and tell me. What did I pay for that deal?
130.
$132,000 is all I paid for that deal because I leveraged the bank's money. So remember that too. You're not paying 660. That's just the number that's out there. You're paying your down payment. That's what you're paying. Does that make sense? Any questions with that of how that works? Okay, so how I buy, then we're gonna start looking at some deals because per usual, I talk, but this is good. You guys are asking good questions. So this is what I look for. This is how I buy 370 units, whatever, however much I own anymore. Strong future value and upside. It's got to have strong future value and upside. Like I said, I'll pay 660,000 for a deal worth 500 if I can make it worth $1 million. I'll do that deal all day long, right? Number two, I want an ability to cash on refi 80% or more of my original down payment. Now, yes, am I the guy who talks about I've done 500% cash out refinance I'm doing to my sex? Yes, yes, yes. But as the years go on, as I continue on this path, I'm willing to take 80%. If I can get 80% of my money, I'm happy with that, okay? Number three, though, very important. I can get all of my money back in a tax write-off, a cost segregation study. Such an important thing. Like Walter's deal, Walter's going to cost seg that and get all of whatever he just put down back in a tax write-off. So Walter's essentially getting all of his money back right on day one from a tax write-off. That's what I look for. We've done trainings on that. There's things in Tony's school about that. So if you're like, wait, what? What's it called? Go watch those trainings. And then 10 years from now, am I glad I own this deal? Very important. Can I hold this deal for 10 years? If I'm like, nah, I need to get out of this deal in 2 years, I don't buy that deal because a lot can change in 2 years, and 2 years goes very, very fast. So that is my buy box. I'm challenging you all, create your own buy box. That's my buy box. If it checks those boxes, I'm looking to buy a deal. So if you're going to underwrite, you need three things. So please make sure you understand this. Ask any questions. You need a T12, a rent roll, and an OM. An OM is just like a marketing package if available. If it's on the market, you'll get that. Okay. If it's not, you'll get a T12 and a rent roll. So here's the steps to making an offer so we all understand how this works. Then we'll look at some deals. Number one, if you're interested, you write an LOI. You do not write the LOI. Your broker or the broker writes an LOI. Don't try to write an LOI. A couple of you guys were like, I'm going to write the LOI. No. Don't write the LOI. If you're dealing with us, we'll write it for you. Angeline just wrote an LOI earlier today for a client. He's buying a great off-market deal. So you write an LOI. An LOI is not binding. It's just like an initial offer, okay? If the LOI gets accepted, you get a purchase and sale agreement. Typically, an attorney will draft that. The seller's attorney will draft it. You can get an attorney and have them draft it. Whatever. A purchase and sale agreement is then binding. If you guys agree on everything that's in there, then you're legally bound. Okay. You're under contract. You now have the right to do due diligence. Okay. Another big challenge, another big obstacle I see with some of you guys is like, you're asking questions and you want like all this information. It's not typical to get all the information until you're under contract, right? Like you're not going to get tax returns. You're not going to get loss run reports of insurance. You're not going to get these things until you're under contract. That's what this due diligence is for. You get typically 30 days due diligence on a deal. That's when you get to rip through everything. That's when the seller legally has to send you guys all the information. Okay. That's due diligence. That's when you get to make sure the deal is what you think it is. Where I see a lot of you guys get caught up is you're trying to get due diligence before being under contract. No seller's going to do that. No seller's going to give you all that information. This is not residential. Residential is like, I want to walk it. I want to walk it again. I want to go through it. Like, it's multifamily. You're buying a business. There's got to be the proper steps, okay? So you get 30 days to rip through the property. Then you have 30 days after that for financing to get your lender, to get all that moving forward. Typical in multifamily is to close in 60 days. Guys, this is 60 calendar days, not business days. So that includes weekends. That includes holidays. It goes freaking fast. So don't say I didn't warn you that once you're under contract, You need to be moving. You need to send it to lenders. If you're buying a deal through us, we'll tell you the right lenders. When they ask you for documents, like your documents, you got to send it. You guys got to be fast. You got to send it to insurance to get quotes. You have like 21 to 30 days to get this squared away. And I'm telling you, it goes very fast. So that's your time to move everything forward. But the minute you're under contract, you got to move. Like when I'm under contract on a deal, I'm fucking moving, man. I'm sending it. I'm moving it. I'm like obsessed with it. That's why I've been like so like uptight because I'm like, oh, I've been in this deal for like 3 months. Now that it's closed, I'm like, okay, sweet. It's done, right? Any questions on that of how that works? Because this is very, very critically important. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. As always, if you enjoy the content, be sure to comment, like, subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end, drop a meaningful comment. Was this live training that I did for our mentorship group valuable to you? Really, again, teaching you from my real world experience of owning and operating multifamily to help you get in the game. And again, if you're watching this and you're like, man, I need some help, I need support, I need some coaching, I want to get into this game, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it on my own, dude, click the link in the description, fill out the short application. We'd love to have a conversation with you and see if we can add any value to you by way of our coaching programs and our mentorship. As always, thank you so much for being here. Until next time, we'll talk soon. Thanks.